Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Lori, and this is Ask Dr. Lori Live. You've been waiting for it, and so have I. So I've got my guests. I've got your questions. I'll take your questions, and I'll answer them with expert answers. I don't know what's coming first. I need your cameras to be horizontal. Please have your object measured. If you have a measuring stick around, it'll help you. But your cameras have to be horizontal, not vertical. And I'm Dr. Lori, the Ph.D. Antique Appraiser. Let's get started. I don't know what's coming. Nothing's vetted beforehand. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Heather.
Hi, Heather. Can you turn your camera horizontal, please?
Yes. Let me see.
Okay, well, you work on putting it horizontal, then show me what you got.
Wow.
Hi. We lost Heather, but we got somebody else. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori.
Hey, Dr. Lori, it's David.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. What do you want to show me tonight?
This we got in a yard sale for 50 cents.
Well,
It's
that's
sterling
nice.
silver. It's stamped 925 on 4 different spots: the top, the bottom, the top, and the bottom.
Okay.
And it also came in this box.
Came in that box. Okay. What does the box say?
It says the Vatican Library Collection.
Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what you got. When you see these things that come out of museums or they come out of major collections like that, they're usually reproductions of a famous piece of jewelry, right? So while you have a piece that's sterling silver, it's a synthetic sapphire, and all of the other elements are, of course, going to be Austrian crystals and not diamonds, okay? But that's okay. It's still very good looking and probably has some value. I would say, what'd you pay for it?
50 cents.
50 cents is pretty good.
For sure.
It's a pretty good gift for somebody. And I would say that those are all, of course, Austrian crystals. The middle isn't synthetic sapphire, so it's lab created when they say synthetic sapphire. Set in 925 or sterling silver, and it's mimicking or basically trying to copy a piece that's in the Vatican Library collection. Value on it, $250. Pretty good for 50 cents, David.
Thank you so much.
There. Nice to meet you. It'll look good on you. Put it on that t-shirt. It'll look good. Thanks to David. All right, my next guest. Hi, how are you, sweetheart?
I'm good.
How are you doing? What's your first name again? Nice to see you.
All right, so I have a Goodwill find.
Okay. So you've got this plate. All right. It looks pretty. It looks like the Haywain. Is that Constable? Can you show me the front? Yeah, it looks like Constable's the Haywain. Yeah, all right. So you've got a romantic landscape piece based on a very famous work of art, right? On the back, what does it say?
A bunch of different art.
On the back, it says that it's porcelain, and it says that it's Limoges, and it indicates that this particular piece is worth about $20. What'd you pay?
About $2.
$2. So 10%. I like the 10% thing. You know, I like when you pay 10% and you get, of course, something that's worth much more than that. So try to stick around there. Try to understand the values too. Thanks so much for showing me your thrift store find. There's lots of thrift store finds out there. I've been talking about them with many of my video callers. Another guest. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. What's your first name?
My name is Paul. I found this picture. It's the Madonna with child Madonna and child with infant St. John. It's signed by Michelangelo. I don't know if you can see that. And I got it.
Dave, can you show me the piece? Can you show me the top of it? Yeah, okay. All right. So how'd you acquire it?
I know it's a print, but
it is definitely a print, honey. You don't have the real one. Because let me tell you, the people who have the real one aren't giving it to you. So yeah, that's a print, yeah. Oh, where'd he go? Uh-oh. Well, what he has is a print, and it is a print of a Michelangelo. Maybe his connection went out on him. It's a print, Michelangelo print, reproduced in the 1950s in a period frame from the 1950s. Value on that print, about $50. So everything's coming up 50 for that one. Well, thank you very much for showing it. Maybe your internet went. That's okay. That happens. Hi, who's my next guest? I'm Dr. Lori. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm Nyla from Fort Wayne.
Hi, Nyla. How have you been? Good?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. How about you?
Good, sweetheart. I'm fine. Thank you. What do you got to show me tonight? Nice to see you.
I have an Easter egg necklace that was given to my former partner by her Episcopalian father. He was a priest. And so this was an Easter gift of some type.
Is it marked? Is it marked?
I have found no marks on it.
Okay, on a piece like this, the places to look for the marks, and this will help all of you. Very, very top near the bail, near the top where, of course, the necklace is going to go into that hole so it could hold the pendant on a chain. Okay, that's a place to look, right around the top of that, or the very bottom, or along any seam if there are seams.
There is a seam. There actually is a seam all the way around. This was created in two halves. And then sort of welded together. The actual egg measures 1.5 inches tall by 1 inch wide. Okay. Very, very sparkly gems on it. The chain is marked 18 karat.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's a lobster claw chain.
It's set with semi-precious stones. So I'm looking at aquamarines, I'm looking at emeralds, I'm looking at amethyst. I think I see an alexandrite and some citrine. So this is a very typical era, 1930s, 1950s era piece, very big. And the idea, of course, of having, we think of Christmas or Hanukkah gifts, but Easter gifts are very popular too. And they're typically popular in places like those folks who are coming into sort of the United States from Scandinavia, from Russia, from those areas of the world. I would say value on that piece about $1,200 to $1,500 just for the pendant, not even for the chain.
Wow.
Yeah, 18 karat gold. Surprised?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful piece. Enjoy it.
Thank you, Doc. Have a good day.
My pleasure. Remember, 18 karat gold, and many of these pieces are going to be marked, so you have to look. But you got to scrutinize it. You got to get the loop. You got to go, of course, do the specials and shop page and get the loop. You've got to turn on the light because the light is bright. You got to do that. You got to do all of these things so you can see it and find it. It might take you some time to investigate where that mark is, but an 18 karat gold mark and all of those gemstones, that's a beautiful piece. All right. We're starting off strong. I'm Dr. Lori, the Ph.D. Antiques Appraiser, and I'm taking your questions. If you have questions about certain pieces, type them in. And of course, I will answer those too. So if a guest brings on something that you want to know more about, you can go from there. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Denise from Edmonton.
Hi, Denise. Nice to see you. How can I help?
I won this bracelet on an auction, and it's marked 18 karat.
Yep.
It's 24 inches, about 7.5 millimeters wide, and it weighs just over 30 grams. And I want to make sure I'm not selling it too cheap or too expensive.
Okay. So what did you pay for it?
$70.
Okay. You paid $70 for a marked 18 karat gold. Do you know the name of the link?
I think it's Figaro.
It's a Figaro link. Yes, it's based on the marriage of Figaro. And you want to learn the links. People go, the links have names, the links have names. And you want to know them because that will help you if you're going to resell it. You have to market it properly. It's based on the Italian, of course, the marriage of Figaro, the very famous opera. It's a beautiful piece, and we typically see those links and San Marco links and other links going pretty high. Some people call it a paperclip link. That's not a paperclip link, so don't get confused by that. So it's 24 inches long. It probably comes into right about here on your chest. Yep. And it's beautiful. And of course, the gram weight's going to matter for value too. It's also going to matter how expensive or what the value of course, the gold market is that time. So when the gold market's high, of course, it's worth a little bit more. Value on that piece, I would say about $1,750 to about $1,800. So you did very, very well. Beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So that's a really nice one. A lot of them are quite nice. And a lot of people will say, oh, I didn't know you had to know the links. They're easy to learn, right? I talk about them in many of my videos. And also, I want you to also understand that when I'm doing these appraisals are always based on actual sales records where similar pieces have sold, and it's retail value. It's not auction value. It's retail value. So what happened there? What's happening there is what's happening with a lot of people. This market is getting flooded. A lot of people are putting pieces up. They're putting them up for next to nothing. They don't recognize what's valuable. They don't recognize the marks. They don't know the names. So I'm trying to educate all of you so you don't miss these things. So you don't let something valuable of your own grandmother's go just for nothing. And so if you notice something that you think might be valuable, you have a resource, of course, to identify it and give you the correct identification from an expert. So happy to help, and we're here. My video calls are so popular. I've been doing them, of course, for a long time now, and a lot of people have been taking advantage of video calls. Some of you, of course, are calling in and saying that there's always the new gift certificates with video calls if you want to give a gift to somebody who has everything. But video calls are a good way to get those questions answered and to directly talk to me. But thanks so much for being part, of course, of tonight's Ask Dr. Lori Live, and I'm taking guests and I'm taking questions related to it too. So if you have a question for a guest that has a particular object, I'm happy to answer those too. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. How are you?
Very good.
What's your name?
I'm Nancy from Phoenix.
Hi, Nancy.
I found this at a Goodwill.
You found that at a Goodwill. So there you go. All right. So what kind of information is on the bottom of that?
It's his name, which I can't figure out. And it's 10 of 25.
Okay, so there's 25 others of them. It looks like J. Kennett. Can I see the back? Do you know what kind of print it is? Do you know if it's a lithograph, a monotint, a colotype, a serigraph, a silk screen?
It has a texture to it.
Okay. Does that help you identify it? When you're trying to identify prints, I want you to know the different types of prints, because a lot of you will look at a print and you'll only look at the low numbers and you'll say, okay, well, I've got a low number print, but I don't know what kind of print I have. So you have a nice piece. It's a good pull. I think that the artist has made, he's making very small print numbers, so he doesn't expect to produce a lot of these. He doesn't expect to sell a lot of these. So probably somebody starting out late part of the 20th century, value on your print, just about $60, unframed. Remember, if the print has a frame, you have to incorporate the frame value too. Thanks very much. So a lot of nice pieces that we're seeing, and we're seeing all different types of pieces. Everything from, ceramics and glass, and of course, jewelry. And speaking of ceramics, glass, and jewelry, tomorrow I'm debuting, of course, my new video. It's going to premiere at 5 o'clock tomorrow, which is Sunday. And I hope you'll join me for the live premiere. I'm talking about ceramics. I'm talking about valuing glass. I'm talking about valuing jewelry. And also, as an added bonus, toys, vintage toys. I'll talk about how do you value them? How do you spot them? Where do you get them? How do you sell them? So valuing, of course, ceramics and glass and jewelry and toys tomorrow on my new video. So don't miss it. And remember the Binge Link. The Binge Link is what you want to watch and look for right there in the description. You can't miss it right there in the description if you want to watch all of the videos. And a lot of you have been binging, so I'm glad that you're doing that and learning a lot. Thanks very much for the super sticker, Jency. I appreciate that very much. Thanks for remembering to do super stickers and super chats to support the channel. That helps all of us here do more videos for you. And I know, because you're all telling me in comments and such, that you are making money following my advice. And I'm happy to hear that. So many of you doing so very well following my advice. Do you recommend reframing original watercolors from the 1950s? Acidic matting. If something has acidic matting and you want to have it in your home, it needs to be reframed. So if you're keeping it for your own collection, yes. If you're going to actually frame it and put it up on the wall. Acid-free mat board, acid-free foam core. And I talk about this on, of course, drloriv.com, all those research pages, and my blog, and also the newsletter, which you can sign up for at drloriv.com. You can get all of that information. You just have to go to drloriv.com and subscribe. It's very easy. There's no login or anything. Just go and subscribe. Give us your email. It will come to you in your email box. It's very simple. So if you're going to keep it for yourself and you're saying, I want to frame this, I want to put it up in my home somewhere, yes, it should be acid-free mat board, acid-free foam core. You can use UV glass. You don't really need UV glass when you go to the professional frame shop. You can learn to frame it yourself. It's not that difficult to do that either. I don't want you to dry mount pieces of original art because once you dry mount them, you will devalue them. But if you're going to resell them, it's a good idea for you to, in fact, a lot of people like to have the frames. It's a good idea for you to have the acid-free mat board as well. If you don't want to invest in that, then maybe you just want to keep shipping costs low. You can actually do it without the frame. And I showed you how to ship some of these pieces in one of my other videos. So some shipping tips in one of the other videos. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was finishing my thought. How are you doing?
I'm good, Dr. Lori. How are you?
I'm fine. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Lisa, and I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay, Lisa, nice to see you.
I got a bracelet at an estate sale.
Okay.
And I liked it because it was really embossed, and it had these pretty little stones in it. Let's see if I can show you.
Embossed pretty little stones. All right.
I didn't have my loop at the time.
You didn't have your loop. What are you doing, Lisa? We need the loop. We need the loop. You need the loop. Get the loop.
I had ordered it and it hadn't come in yet.
Oh, okay.
But I have it now.
Okay, so did you look at did you see any markings on it?
There's no markings on it anywhere. This is the back.
All right. Now let's look at the back. Look at the back for a minute. Let's look at the back. Do you see how it's punched out? Do you see those little round holes that's securing actually the piece in the front? And do you see how those two links that link each one of those pieces together? You see how those are together? When you see that together like that, that means that piece comes from the 1960s to the 1970s. So it helps you date it when you look at how it actually is constructed. And this is the information that I want to give that other channels can't give. I want you to get the information that you need. So it's gold tone metal. And then you have these pieces that do look like they're inset pieces. It looks like the metal actually has some decoration in it. Is it 7 inches across, 7 inches?
It's about 7 inches across, but it's copper, Dr. Lori.
Yes. Yeah, it's copper. And then it has, of course, it has a gold tone over it. So I would say value on that piece is going to be just about $55. It's a nice piece. It's American made. And of course, copper is a secure metal and a lot of costume jewelry uses copper. And then they will basically plate it with a different thing like silver plate or gold plate. Thanks very much, Lisa.
Thank you.
That's a nice piece too. I'm Dr. Lori. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. If you have questions for me or questions that are follow-ups for any of the objects that I'm appraising tonight, feel free to type those comments and those questions in. We'll see if we can't get those in the lower third on the lower part of the screen. So I've got my guests. I don't know what's coming. And thank you very much for watching me. And thank you all for sharing. I appreciate you sharing. A lot of you are telling me, Dr. Lori, I'm sharing the channel because your channel is different from other people's. So I'm sharing the channel with friends and family and other folks who enjoy, of course, art, antiques, and collectibles and want to know the real information, the information that they can use, right, to enjoy these pieces. So I've got guests coming up. And thanks so much for being with me. Of course, you know that I talk about all different kinds of objects, and we premiere, of course, new videos once a week. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori.
Hi, I'm Amy from San Francisco.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good, good.
Good.
I have two, I don't know if you can see it, postcard books.
So you have some postcard albums.
Yeah, I have a whole big collection.
Okay.
That was inherited to me.
What are some of them that you've got in there? So you've got a couple little girls, and you've got any landmarks? Got any that are your favorites?
So there's these two books, plus I have 2 boxes that I've been organizing.
Okay, how are you organizing them? And what is your goal? Are you trying to sell them, or are you just trying to figure out what you have? What are you doing?
Both. I'd like to see what I have and also to sell. So
do you have a favorite?
There's a lot of cool ones.
Well, show me some.
So here's one that I thought was interesting. It's a
You're welcome, Ron. Happy to
Zeppelin.
do it. So there's the Zeppelin. Okay. So those are going to be important. These kinds of things that are
1930
historic landmarks, historic objects, historic events, World's Fair, the Zeppelin, you know.
There's a lot of that. There's like
Charles
this
Lindbergh.
funny little
Yeah,
US
Death
mail.
Valley.
You know,
okay.
they traveled a lot, it looks like.
Yep. So travel postcards are some of the most popular. Can I see the albums again?
Sure. So there's this one.
Yeah, the inside the album. Open it up. Let's see a page. Okay, so the darker albums are typically the albums that you see up until about the 1950s. So early 1900s to about the 1950s helps you to identify the date for the scrapbook or the album. That's true of snapshots, photo albums as well.
So that's about right with the dates on the postmarks are from 1900. The bulk of them are early 1900s.
Okay, so when you're looking at these,
one.
I want you to think about a couple of different things. Value is going to come from couple different areas. So the book or the albums have their own value, and then individual cards do too. Some people collect by theme, some people collect by date, some people collect by holiday, some people collect travel, all different types of things. And I would say that for your large collection, you're probably looking at a collection worth between $250 and about $300 for all of it, including the 2 albums.
Oh,
Thanks so
really?
much.
Huh. I have a question.
Oh, had a question. Okay. Well, we'll see if we can't get to it. No, maybe she can type it in. But a couple of things about postcards that, she was talking and I didn't want to keep interrupting her. So basically a couple of things about the postcards. First of all, famous places, famous people, famous events will be more valuable than some of the others. If you just get a postcard that says, wish you were here kind of thing from sort of anywhere, those generic postcards are not worth as much. Postcards also have to be in good condition. Those black albums off gas. So a lot of times you're going to see a darkness on the back of the postcard. If the postcard comes to or is being sent to someone famous, that will increase value as well. So look for that. Don't forget about the stamps because the stamps can have some value too. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. Yes, it's nice to see you. My art teacher friends, Don and his wife. And yes, dynamic duo. Of course, the loop and of course I don't know if I can get it out. The diamond tester and the loop. And you can get them on the shopping page and you need them. They are a dynamic duo if you were trying to resell or if you're just trying to collect smart. You can go to, of course, Specials and Shop right there at drloriv.com. Scroll down and look for the Go to Shopping Now or Go Shopping Now link, which is right near, of course, the picture of that loop. The loop is tremendous. That's why I recommend all of those products there. So look through the products pages and the shopping pages, and you'll find a lot of the pieces. I recommended a product today because someone had a quilt that needed to be protected, and there were some great storage options there too. At, of course, the Specials and Shop page. I'm Dr. Lori, the Ph.D. Antiques Appraiser. It's so good to be with all of you. Thank you for joining me now and always. Thanks for watching the channel and making it so popular. Hi.
Oh, you're on, I think. Nope.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Yes.
Eileen.
Eileen, I'm looking at your wall. There you go.
Oh, sorry.
Eileen, can you hold your camera horizontally for me? There you go. See if you can't get it horizontal.
Can you help me, Kevin?
Yep.
There it is. Thank you. How are you? What have you got? You got a little sculpture there?
I got a sculpture. I don't know it's made of bronze or not.
Okay. Is it tremendously heavy? Bronze would be typically pretty heavy.
You know, it's not super heavy. And
okay, let's look at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like bronze.
Yeah.
It looks like something called spellfur. Spellfur is a base metal, which is an inexpensive metal. And I use that term base metal. It's an inexpensive metal. It's usually a conglomeration of different metals and that they use in, of course, a foundry, and then they will patinate on top. It is cute. I have to say the little figures are cute, the children, and they are full figural children, but they're rather small. Are they 8 inches tall?
About 7-8 inches tall.
About 7-8 inches tall. Piece of spellfar like that, realistic pieces, late 19th, early 20th century, value on them about $100. Nice.
Oh, okay, thank you, Dr. Lori. I love you.
My pleasure. Nice to see you. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
So when you're looking at sculpture, I want you to look for things like, of course, the idea of a mark. Maybe there's a signature, maybe there's nothing. And a lot of pieces of spellfar, there's no information at all. There's not a foundry mark like a little medallion. There's not a signature that's right into the base. There's not any of this stuff. So a lot of times that's what you have to actually look for. You have to look for those types of things. Thank you, Daisy. What's a colotype? I have one from Arthur Jaffe Color Print 74. Colotype is a fancy word for poster. So usually it's an inexpensive mechanical printing process, sometimes like a color lithograph, but color lithographs are usually a little better than colotypes, and it matters what type and how high quality the paper is that a print is printed on. So you've heard about Arches paper or Reeves paper, those kinds of papers. It depends on whether or not you have a good paper like one of those, or if you just have a piece of inexpensive paper, and colotypes are usually that. Mechanical print, usually in color. Thanks for the question. My son gifted me an appraisal video call with you for Mother's Day. Oh, that's wonderful. That's terrific. I'm so glad. And thank you for the super sticker. He's a smart guy, right? You brought him up well. I'm sure you'll have fun on the video call. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
Dr. Lori Live. How are you?
Oh my God, I'm so excited that I figured out how to get on here.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Julie. I'm calling from Los Angeles.
Hi, Julie.
And I've got this.
That's wonderful. How'd you acquire it?
I got it at the thrift store. It has the pontil, or is that how you say it, the pontil?
That's the pontil, and it has actually been smoothed down. When you see it nice and flat like that, it's been smoothed down purposefully. So it's hand blown. I like the attention to detail at the top.
Yeah, the little glittery such and such.
I like that very much. So it looks like that there's actually gold flecks in the top, at that top, and then they start to come down sort of in an Art Nouveau style. But I don't think the piece is Art Nouveau. I think the piece dates to the middle years of the 20th century. Amber glass, very nice. And what did you pay at the thrift store? Did you negotiate?
I go up and I ever say, can you do better? And they're like, ha, ha, ha. No, $5.90.
Some do and some don't, right?
Yeah, sometimes they'll go, oh, just throw it together. It was $6.99.
Oh, $6.99, not bad. I would say value on it is about $65. It's really nice.
Okay, thank you. I just was wondering when it was made and what it was and all that.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
So, a nice piece, and a lot of these pieces really nice condition. She also had a nice piece that was, of course, a piece that is in the manner of course, Italian glass and blown, but that particular piece is not a piece of Murano. Many of you go, oh, Italian glass has got to be Murano. Not always. So that's a nice piece too. Hi, Marta. Thank you for the super sticker and thank you for supporting the channel. I can't do it without you. I can't do it without your support. I had my birthday video chat today and an absolute delight. Oh, you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it very, very much. I enjoy talking to everybody. I always do on, of course, the video chats. And I think we learn a lot, I also do my YouTube stories based on those so people can get a little bit more information. So don't forget to check those out right here on the channel too. Here's another guest. I'm Dr. Lori, and this is Ask Dr. Lori Live.
Hi, Dr. Lori. Good to see you.
How are you?
It's good to see you too.
What's your first name, hon?
Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey. I've got a picture here, and it's got a face on the front, an R on the bottom. I think it's a pewter lid and a snake on the handle.
Your lid is a base metal. Your piece is made in England, and it does look German, but it's an English piece. Your piece dates to the late part of the 19th century. That face is basically called a putti. That face when they have wings or something going away from the head is usually a putti figure. Looks like it's hand painted. That is not pewter on the top. It's a base metal. So people think everything is pewter. Pewter has to be marked. And a lot of times when you have a piece of silver colored metal, people will think it's pewter because it's not shiny. But in fact, that piece is a base metal. Inexpensive for the lid, and that particular piece is very nice in the shape of a stein, for example. I would say that piece is more of a pitcher than a stein, but some people might confuse that with steins. That piece value about $140. It's a nice piece. How'd you acquire it?
I got it at a thrift store. It has some staples in it, and I figured that's why they had it on. Somebody gave it up, but I loved it so much and thought it was so beautiful, I would take it anyway.
Can you show us the staples so people can see the staples? And I'll talk a little bit about the staples.
Okay, there's one.
You see that? That's a circa 1920s, 1930s repair. So they would, instead of, in fact, they try to actually staple the piece together with metal, and that piece of, again, ceramic will actually stay together. So staples are unsightly, but a lot of collectors like them because it shows you their age. Thank you very much, Kathy. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
So it's nice to see some of these things. I don't mind a repair. Sure, I want everything to be pristine. Yes, yes. But when you see a repair or any other kind of damage, it will tell you a little bit about the piece itself and its history. So you know that piece, because they're using an old repair, is probably a pretty old piece. It might help you date it too. So I'm taking your questions. I have a jade clock, triangle shaped, 14 inches at the top, 2 inches thick, with natural sides and gold nugget numbers and hands. Tried to get StreamYard to work. Love you and your insights. Well, Elizabeth, so I need to see a picture of this. Can you send a picture into drloriv.com where it says find value, send a photo so I can see your clock? And thank you very much for the super chat. That supports the channel. I appreciate that. But if you can send me a picture of it and any markings on the inside of the clock. So when you have a clock, you open up the door of the back of a mantle clock, there's going to be a mark on that clock's works. That's going to be an important telltale sign too. So yeah, I'd be happy to do that. Lori, thank you very much for always supporting the channel. And I appreciate, of course, you always being with me, sharing and watching. All of you I appreciate. And I appreciate you having this great community, because I've seen so many of you talking with me and commenting, of course, with me and with each other based on my videos. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you sharing them. If you don't share them, we won't grow, and we need to grow. So hi, I'm Dr. Lori. This is Dr. Lori Live. I'm going to reposition. How are you? What's your name?
Christy. I'm from South Carolina.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. I'm by my lights. I thought it might help here.
Got a lot of lights there. So it looks like you got a big studio where you're taking photographs to sell your stuff.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to do. But
well, one of the things you should do, are you trying to sell those pieces? Because one of the things you should do with that orange piece is you should put a different color behind it rather than white.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Because you want to attract those people to your listing. If you're trying to resell it, when you attract the people to those listings with different colors, and I talk about that at drloriv.com, I give you the listing of which ones we're going to look best against which background. It's going to stop those people who are going through and just scrolling as they're looking, and stop them at your photograph, at your listing. It's going to help you sell more. That's what I want to teach you. How'd you acquire these?
I got them at an estate sale.
Okay.
Probably for about $15.
Okay.
With
For the pair?
of other things.
For the pair?
So yes, it's a pair.
Okay. And let's see that mark. So it's got a big hole in the bottom. That's a pretty significant hole, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then the shape really isn't Asian either. If you look at the form and you look at the shape is a Western shape. It really is not a shape that we associate with Asian culture. So that shape right there. Now, candlesticks at the top, or does the lid come off? Is there a stopper? It's candlesticks. Okay. Yeah. So I would say made in China, early years of the 20th century until about 1950. Value on the pair, I would say about $65 for the pair. Why? Okay. They look too Western. They look too much like Europe or America. They're trying to make them to market them to us. And even the flowers, I don't think are very significantly Asian. But somebody will like them, and the color is going to help you sell them. So thanks so much.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
So a couple of things you want to look for that a lot of folks don't really tell you. Everybody's looking for a mark or something. I want you to look for those things that are characteristic of a place or characteristic of a culture. I'm going to teach you those things as we look at more and more and more objects. I know you're educating those eyeballs, because a lot of you, thank you for the super sticker. A lot of you are able to say, hey, you know what, Dr. Lori, I was watching your videos and I'm recognizing things when I go thrifting, and I keep watching your videos, and it's all of this information that I'm getting visually that's sticking, and I'm able to do this. I'm so happy you're able to do this, because that's why I do it. Hi, Kimberly. Love your necklace and adore you. Oh, thank you. I continue to share, and post your web link in antique groups. You got to post them everywhere, not only antique groups. You know, you got to post in the places of people who may not even be thinking about antiques too. But thank you for posting them wherever you post them. I appreciate it. But other places too. You'd be surprised at all the people who want to know what their stuff is really worth. I'm looking at a piece of signed original art at auction by a Canadian artist. Do you have any ideas to the value with this information? Oh, like what does Thelma Manor Ray's pieces just sell for without looking at the piece? Here are some of the questions I would have to ask. Is it characteristic of the style? Is it in good condition? Is it a quality piece? Is it a piece based on other pieces that she's actually done? I need to see a picture. Anybody who's telling you it's worth this, it's worth that without seeing it, they need to see it. So I need to see it too. You can send a picture. It's easy. I review many pieces, thousands and thousands of pieces. And if you submitted something of course, on the website, and you didn't get an automatic immediate response, please be patient. I will get to it usually within the day. I mean, I'm pretty darn fast. So submit the picture and I will look. And if it's going to be something that you're trying to get at an auction and you have, a time frame, let me know that. I can't guarantee that I'll make your time frame, but let me know that I will do my best. But yeah, I've got to take a look at it. There's lots of things that you want to look for when you make those kinds of distinctions. Thank you very much for all the super chats and super stickers. Liz, thank you very much. Sharon, like your videos. Your knowledge is amazing. I've worked really hard for it, and you guys have helped me. We share your cheery personality. Thank you. I try to be cheery. I don't know if I'm always cheery. You are the absolute best. Learning so much, making lots of money using what I'm learning and having fun. Right there. That's what I care about. I'm using what I know now that you learned from me. You're making money and you're having fun. I want you to have fun. I want this to be a place where you can say, oh, good, I'm going to relax and enjoy it and learn some stuff that I love. I'm going to look at cool jewelry. I'm going to look at fine art. I'm going to look at ceramics or glass and look at the stuff I like. I'm going to see what other people have. Good. That's what I want. Enjoy yourself. You all deserve it. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. How can I help you? Hello? What's your name?
Kathy.
Kathy, what have you got to show me, Kathy? Your internet's spotty. I hope I can hold on to you. Okay, Kathy, we'll try again. If I can't get you, you can try to send a picture to the website. I will take a look. But if the internet's not good, we got to move on. We'll try. Maybe Kathy can change her internet or kick somebody off the other part of the Wi-Fi. Sometimes too many people on the Wi-Fi. That's hard. I don't know. It could be a million reasons. Okay, I'm Dr. Lori. We've got guests galore, and it's nice to be with all of you. I'm so glad that you're learning. I'm so glad that you're successful, and I'm so glad you're having fun with all of this. That's what it should be. That's what the channel should be. So it's great to see all of you. Here's my next guest. What have you got? Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. What have you got?
Hi, my name is Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. How you doing, hon?
Good. How about you?
Good. I'm fine, thanks. Where are you calling from?
San Marcos, California.
San Marcos, California. All right. What
Near
you got?
San Diego.
You got something blue in your hand.
This is ashtray. I'm not
Lindsay,
sure.
Lindsay, you got 4 nails. One nail's done and the other's on. What's happening, Lindsay?
That's just the way I like to do it.
It looks good. Let me see. Show me the whole hand.
Yeah.
It looks good. I like it.
Yeah.
Is that in and I don't know it? Is that the deal?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, I didn't know. All right, I'll have to start doing that. You're going to see me. I'm going to have one nail done. I'm not going to do what you did, Lindsay. Watch
That'd be
me.
awesome.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
this is-
Can I do it with any color? Do I have to use black?
I've done it with red sometimes. It's fine.
Okay, I'll do red. All right. Thank you for the tip. I like makeup tips.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you were saying ashtray.
Yeah.
Are you a smoker, Lindsay? Tell me you're not a smoker.
No.
Okay. Well, I don't. Everybody has a vice. I like chocolate, so hey, I'm not.
Yeah, I like chocolate too.
Nothing against smokers, but when you're young, you try not to smoke. Okay, so you've got this piece, and it's a nice ashtray. It's a beautiful color, and I like the gold. The gold's in good shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like no marks at all on it.
No marks at all on it. Beautiful. Yeah. How old do you think it is, Lindsay?
Maybe from like the 50s, 60s, 70s.
60s. Good job. You got it. Yeah, I like that. That's great. Can I see the underside? I want to see the beautiful. All right. So very, very nice. Done around a mold. Nice piece. The gold is very important because you don't have the chipping of the gold. You don't have it where certain areas are that. Value on that piece, $45. What'd you pay?
$10.
Good for you. Nice. Nice to see you, honey. Look for my red finger.
Okay.
I'll do it. Hey, you only live once. Lindsay, cute. But a lot of things. It was a nice form, and it had that nice piece around with, of course, the little part for the ashtray. And when you notice when they're nice and thin like hers was, when it's nice and thin like that, that's usually for a long cigarette holder. So the holder sits there, not just a cigarette, like a regular cigarette that you take out of a pack. So it's a little bit different. Hi, Curtis. I have a Zoom call with you, and you can't wait. Thanks for all the info. Great. I can't wait either. See you then. So, yeah, it's easy to get onto my schedule, of course, and book the video calls. We've got gift certificates too. Binging your videos. So Gen C was binging the videos. Selling in May and June is best for wedding elements. If you have anything that has to do with weddings, because weddings are big in June, right? And anything that has to do with babies or mothers, right, in May. I have a heavy mid-century patio set, repaint or leave alone. Depends on what your patio set is and when you plan to sell it. Patio sets, of course, sell better in the springtime through the summer months. So you have to think about when are you going to have the time to actually repaint it? Should it be repainted? Some should and some shouldn't. It's going to depend on what you got. So what have you got? Got to send me a picture. Great. But yeah, so wedding pieces are a good idea. Answer to find out if I discovered my Martin Johnson Heed, Dr. Lori to the rescue. Well, I'll help you. So of course, if you've submitted something, I'll take a look at that too. Martin Johnson Heed is a great, of course, American artist who is best known for painting exotic images of flowers, still life images of flowers, some landscapes, but not too many landscapes. Martin Johnson Heed's really famous work of Martin Johnson Heed was purchased for $18 at a California yard sale, and it sold through a major auction house for $425,000. And that Martin Johnson Heed that sold at a yard sale for $18 is now in the Houston Art Museum, and they paid $425,000 for it. So let me tell you something. Be careful before you put a painting out at your yard sale. I'll tell you these and all of my stories from almost 3 decades of being an appraiser and America's appraiser right here on this channel. So stay tuned. Okay, more guests are coming up. I'm Dr. Lori. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. What you got? Hi.
Hi.
I'm Lori. What's your name?
Jessica from Connecticut.
Hi, Jessica. Well, I'm Lori from Connecticut. So what have you got, sweetie?
I have this piece.
You have that piece of furniture?
Yes.
All right, with a nice heavy cornice. See the top, nice heavy cornice. 4 panel doors, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Does it come apart in 2 pieces so you can move it?
Yes, it does.
Good. Can you open it up and show me the inside, or are you going to reveal something, you don't want me to see? All right. Yeah, okay. All right. So, and how about the bottom? The bottom.
Bottom opens up as well. Oh.
Take your time. Take your time. Don't let the door bang. Take your time. Okay, so you've got a 19th century piece. How'd you acquire it?
Online auction for $43.
So $43 online auction, and you said I'm going to go pick it up somewhere. Did you pick it up locally?
Yes.
All right. So what they lost out on was a $3,500 piece.
Wow.
So pretty good for $45.
Yeah.
It's 19th century. It's peg construction. Yeah, but still 19th century. It's peg construction, and it has been stripped. At one point, it was all one color, probably white, possibly like a light green, but usually that's that. So they had to strip it, and then somebody decided to restain it. Probably restained in the 1980s. It was popular for them to do that at that time. But it makes sense, New England piece like that. Big heavy cornice, nice arch piece with, of course, the pegs that keep it in place so you don't have the little hardware. Nice piece, $3,500. Good for you.
Great, thank you.
Congratulations, that's nice. When you have an opportunity to pick up a piece of furniture like that, some people go, "Oh, it's so big." It may not be the thing for those of you who are downsizing, but if you're just starting out and you're looking for pieces to, of course, display your collections or to store some of your stuff, then you want to make sure that you take advantage of those things. A lot of good bargains to be had online on the social media channels like Facebook Marketplace and other places. And don't forget about Goodwill and, of course, the Habitat for Humanity thrift stores, Salvation Army, a lot of the places, Care and Share thrift shops, all of them. And a lot of the thrift shops that support pets and animals that I love. So those that support, maybe it's a hospital or maybe it's animals or those kinds of things. Don't forget about the smaller thrift stores too. There's lots of good stuff in all of them. And I'm going to teach you what to look for right here. I'm Dr. Lori, the Ph.D. Antiques Appraiser. I'm giving you expert answers to your questions. And of course, taking guests tonight. So thanks for being here. I'm Dr. Lori. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. What's your name?
My name's Kathy. I'm from Hastings, Michigan.
Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. What's this? It looks like you have an Asian piece.
I have a giant vase that my son gave me. And
that was nice.
It's like
what was the occasion? Just because you're great?
Well, it was kind of like Christmas and my birthday.
Oh, nice. So how big is it? Is it 5 feet tall?
Yeah, I'm 5'3", so it's up to my chin about.
So it's 5 feet. Can you back up so I can see the whole vase?
I'll try.
So sometimes these are called hearth vases or, in fact, court vases. And what they are they're basically very, very large pieces, and they make a statement as you are moving into a space. They will help you to identify or to basically corner off a space. So it's a nice piece, but you only have one, and they usually came in pairs.
Right. I
Yeah.
knew that, like in the front of a building or something.
Typically, yeah, it could be in the front of a building. It could be as you're moving through a large palace to identify a different space, or a different space that represents, of course, someone who is of different status, who it will be within that space. So it also has a nice blue-white Cantonese style from the port of Canton, China, right? So a nice Cantonese style of the blue-white porcelain, and then you've got all that information that tells the story of the piece. So 5 feet tall, probably valued somewhere around $500 to $600. Do you know how much he paid?
I think about 100.
Yeah, so he did pretty well. Yes, it's one big vase. That's right. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Nice pieces. Remember, size matters, because, of course, if it's bigger, that particular piece is going to be worth more value. Some of them are very, very desirable. Some of them are more in the reproduction range. What does that mean? Well, it looks like one of the original ones, but it's not original. That piece was a nice piece. I wish she had the pair. So anytime you have a chance to buy a set, buy the set. Oh, I only need 4 dishes. Buy the set if you have a chance to buy the set. Oh, I only need 1 vase. I don't have room for the other one. Buy the other one. Even if you don't display the second one, it's good to have it for value. It's called collection value or set value, and it can increase the value of the whole set by as much as 10%. So make sure you get it all if you have the opportunity. I usually say 2 diamond earrings are better than 1. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. How can I help?
Hi, Dr. Lori. Jackie from Los Angeles.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Very good. Thank you.
Good.
I have these, I think they're cordial glasses. This is one of the first things I ever bought in a thrift store.
This way. There you go. So the first thing you ever bought in a thrift store. So
In the
I
early
like them.
80s.
Do you have an idea about the date? I bet you do.
I know nothing about them.
Okay. Well, basically what you have here is a nice piece of red glass. As you know, red glass is made with the use of gold. Those pieces are, of course, molded, and those pieces date to about the 1960s, 1970s. They are used for usually cordial, sometimes a sherry. It's that nice concentric circle that sort of references the idea of the space race. So we see that into the 60s, 70s. Value on, you only have 1 or do you have 5?
I have a set of 6.
You have a set of 6. So a set of 6, they're going to be about $75 for 6. Thank you, Jackie.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. So a lot of folks are, of course, collecting all different types of things. Glass is always popular and always pretty hot. I like you to look for the forms of glass, and I like you to look for how glass is actually constructed, made, whether it's mouth blown or is it molded? Is it, of course, milk glass like hobnail, white milk glass hobnail pieces? Maybe it's a piece of Murano or an Emoli piece with, a nice sort of what's called a circus tent top. It could be all different. And color is important for glass. And the other thing that's important, I said it before tonight, don't forget to protect the tag. If there is a label on a piece of glass, it says it's from Poland, it says it's from Czechoslovakia, it says it is Murano, whatever it might say. If that label is stuck onto your piece, protect the label. Try not to be touching at it, going near it. Try not to cover it up with anything. Try to protect the label, because that label will help you resell that piece. I'm Dr. Lori. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. Don't forget about my newsletter. You can subscribe to it. Lots of great information there, and it's at drloriv.com. You could subscribe just by going to drloriv.com, hit the thumbs up free button, and yes, it's free. If it says it's free, it's free. Go there, the thumbs up, click on that. It will have a place where you can just type in your email, type it in, and you will receive the newsletter. You don't have to go back. You don't have to do anything else. You'll receive the email, newsletter right emailed to you. Hi, Patsy. I so enjoyed our video call this week. Well, thank you. I did too. I forgot to show you a silk hanging rag. I got an estate sale. I don't know how to call into the live. Well, it's easy to do. It's right there. They describe how to call into the live every single time. It's right here. So just read. You got to read what's happening. You can go to the specials and shop page. And of course, there's information there about getting into all of these wonderful things that we offer. Everything from gift certificates to calling in for the live piece, or of course, booking video calls, and of course, shopping for things like the loop. Here's my next guest.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gosh, my hair scared you. Did you not expect me? Here I am.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
How are you? What's your first name? You got a food dog there.
Brenda. I have 2 of these.
You've got 2 of those? Okay.
Yep.
Who's in the chair that's moving on the side? It's kind of weird.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my grandson.
Your grandson has to come out of the shot. I'm sorry.
Okay, you got to
But
hop
it's
out of
nice.
there.
It's nice to see him. I got nervous that there was a ghost or something.
Oh, no.
Tell him it's not that we don't love him. It's just that we have to have him out of the shot. So thank you for understanding.
Yep, no problem.
It's nice to see him. He's wearing a mask, so that's a good thing. So we have two of those. We have two of those.
I have two of these.
Okay.
Yep.
But only one grandson, right?
No, I actually have, I'm going to have 6 grandsons and 2 granddaughters soon.
Wow, that's wonderful. Congratulations. It's fun to have the grandkids around. So is there a mark on the bottom of those food dogs? And you have 2. It's always good to have the set if you can.
Well, on the edge right here, there's something that was covered under the glaze.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So these are reproductions made in Asia, reproduction pieces. They're nice. They're decorative. They're made in the later part of the 20th century. Value on them about $65 for the pair.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lori.
My pleasure. Nice to see you. I didn't mean to scare her or startle her. And her grandson moved so fast. Nice to see you guys. Thanks so much. Sometimes when you see these ceramic pieces, unmarked is not a bad thing. So people are saying, oh, well, it's not marked, it's not valuable. That's not true. If it's marked, it can be valuable. If it's unmarked, it can be valuable. But you have to be able to identify what's what. Support your smaller local thrift stores. They need your help. Yeah, they do. That's true. So the smaller local thrift stores too, who are doing things for other charities or they've run thrift stores for a long time. And I, of course, support all of them because I'm giving you the right information. A lot of course, folks are basically saying, you're helping me to do my job better so I can help my clients in the thrift stores too. So I'm happy to do that. Thank you so much for today. Hi, Julie. I can't wait to have a video chat with you. You're the best. I've learned so much. I'm so glad. That's wonderful. And I appreciate your support of the channel. Super chats and super stickers. Thanks to everybody for doing it. And I appreciate you continuing to do it because it will help me to make more videos for you and the videos that you want. The videos that you want are what you tell me, which is what I give you, so information that you can use. Here's my next guest. It's nice to see all of you. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Lori, what's your name, hon?
My name is Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
What have you got tonight?
Okay, I have 2 pictures. Let me back up a little bit.
Okay, you're going to show me one picture.
Okay, and they're a Paris street scene, Montmartre, I think, and it's signed by Collins, but it's some kind of acrylic stamped on some hard board. It's not really a painting per se.
Okay, so it's a print that's been attached to a board.
I think so, and it's on the back. It has something that says a cameo creation from New York. So it is mid-century. Because
it's mid-century, but it's basically anytime it's a creation or it's an art something or other or those kinds of things, those are marketing words. We know what marketing words sound like, right, or look like. That particular piece is a nice piece. What is not really indicative, it's not the 50s because the 50s pieces are usually long and thin. It's probably the 1960s when we start to go to the squares, even into the 1970s. So size and shape will matter. It will help you date the piece. Value on that piece, about $50.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry I couldn't give you better news. Keep looking, though. You're valuable real bargains out there. I'm sure of it. I'm Dr. Lori, and we're taking your calls, and we're talking to my guests. And thank you for the video, of course, thank you for the super chats. I was thinking of video calls, but thank you for the super chats as well. All of you help, of course, to support the channel, which helps everybody. You're all helping everybody when you do this video, when you do the super chats and the super stickers. Don't forget that sharing helps the channel too. So every time you share it, and don't only share it to one type of group, share it to everybody. You'd be surprised. Oh, my high school friend, her mother just passed away and they're trying to, of course, go through the house. Those types of people could probably use the channel. Folks are saying, oh, we just did a big clean out of something, or maybe that they're moving to a new home and they want to make sure they're not bringing everything. So they want to figure that out. Those kinds of things. Anybody and everybody needs this information at some point. You'd be surprised. So anywhere you can share it would be helpful, of course, to yourselves. So I can make new videos and helpful to me too. I'm Dr. Lori and I'm taking your questions. We're doing Ask Dr. Lori live tonight. My next guest.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
Oh, it's really me. And it's really you. What's your name, hon?
Marie. I live on the outskirts of Kansas City in Olathe, Kansas.
Nice to see you. I've been there many times.
Thank
Yep.
you. I used to live in Harrisburg, so I'm
okay.
a part-time East Coaster.
Not too far. Harrisburg, of course, is the capital of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Right in the center of the state, kind of. No, it's just
Yes.
Susquehanna River. So what have you
Yes.
got there? Is this horse your topic for tonight?
It is.
Kansas City. Let's see.
Yes.
Nice. Not too big, is it?
Yeah. So it's on wheels.
Yep, it's on wheels. Any marking on it?
There is a marking on the bottom. I
what does
think
it say?
you might find this a little interesting. It is marked PP on the bottom.
Okay.
I'll show you really quick.
And what do you think about the mark? Oh.
I think someone's kid did it.
Yeah,
To be honest.
that piece is made in India, so I don't think that there's somebody who's marking it like that PP. I think somebody decided that they were going to, in fact, probably repaint a portion of it, or just wanted to lay claim to it. How did you acquire it?
I won it on an online auction for $31.
All right, well, that's good. So would you say it's 3 feet high?
Almost.
28 inches?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's huge. It's very heavy. It's solid wood. There's a little mark right here where
That's an inclusion. Museum curator, I'd call that an inclusion. It's an area of damage that really kind of sets the whole visual off because your eye goes right to it. Your eye just keeps going to it. So I would say it probably dates to the 1960s to the 1980s, and I would put a value on it anywhere between $250 and $350.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
My pleasure. Made in India. I appraised a similar one like it recently. It was submitted in our online appraisal, send a photo. And it was interesting because the person thought for sure that it was American and many of the attributes were similar, comparing it to, of course, some of the pieces that were made in India, trying to look like those horses, like carousel horses from the golden age of carousels. But that one's a lot later than that. Thanks very much. Nice to see you. Thanks very much also for the super chats and the super stickers. Don't forget, of course, thank you, Mary. Don't forget, of course, about the video calls. To do a video call with me is very easy. You, of course, can do that with Dr. Lori. You can choose how much time you want to spend talking with me and how many objects you want to, in fact, show me during a video call. And you can book them right there. You choose the time in my schedule when you want to talk to me about your objects. A lot of people are doing that, and they're even, of course, adding on some information too. I'm glad that you're enjoying the info. There's a lot of good info right here. My mother has a large collection of deep red glass. She has hundreds of pieces. Is glassware still valuable? Yes, everybody's collecting glass. People really like to collect glass, all different types. They also like ceramics, jewelry, furniture, paintings, prints, toys, name it. People are collecting all kinds of stuff. Coins, a lot of stamps. We saw some postcards. But yeah, the deep red glass will be fine in terms of a collection. Make sure you identify them correctly. If you need my help, you can always look out for my Priority Ask Dr. Lori service, which is, of course, my subscription service that lots of people enjoy. A lot of folks here tonight are also utilizing that. So thanks very much for that. So we've had my guests, a lot of information. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. I'm Dr. Lori. I'm the Ph.D. Antiques Appraiser. I'm here to help you succeed with your reselling, with your collecting, with identifying those valuables at thrift stores, yard sales, antique shops. Don't forget, there might be valuable stuff in your attic, your basement, and you don't even know it. Everything from Beanie Babies to jewelry, I'm going to be appraising it. Wonderful, wonderful. Lots of great stuff. Don't forget that you have the opportunity to watch my premiere tomorrow night right here on the channel. And I'm going to be talking about glass, ceramics, jewelry, and toys. I'll be helping you to value them so you learn how to spot the valuable ones on Ask Dr. Lori. So right here on the channel, thanks for your support of the channel. I want to thank everybody who did a super chat or a super sticker. Those folks, of course, help to support the channel as well. I'm Dr. Lori. Thanks for being with me. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live. I'll see you next time.